Hello, disruptors, and welcome back to Mindset Mastery Moments with yours truly, Dr. Alisa, your number one mindset disruptor and the host of this Top 1% podcast worldwide. We are back with part 2 with Dr. Brian Alman. Oh, I know you're enjoying learning about your ACEs and your triggers and how truly connecting with your past trauma and healing them can be so simple, but yet necessary. And there's no way we can think our way out of this one, disruptors. So let's dive into part 2 with Dr. Alman, and this episode, we're calling it Healing from the Inside Out, a new path to resilience and longevity. I'll see you on the inside. Let's go.
2. And I'm going to give away to people that have ACEs, that are stressed, that are high achievers, that feel stuck, that get better, then slip back, and really haven't been able to resolve what's going on. I'm going to give your viewers a toolkit that I never have given away before, but it's a toolkit for dealing with this on your own.
Wow.
With proven, scientifically proven, clinically validated, thanks to hundreds of thousands of generous people that have taught Dr. Fletty and myself. And so I'm going to do that for all of your viewers.
Woo!
And I'm going to give a second gift, I decided.
Whoa!
Again, because of your generosity, I'm going to give people a way to do a deep dive. Now, important to note, totally safe, with exits. If it feels like it's too much, you can relax, take a pause. I'm going to teach people the exits and teach people how to do the deep dive. It takes about an hour to heal and resolve in all the ways that we're talking about, connect with their inner doctor, inner wisdom, their unconscious.
Yes.
So all of your viewers are going to get 2 very special gifts. They can connect with me on Instagram, just Dr. Alman, very simple, and just put in the name of this podcast.
Mindset Mastery Moments. And
exactly. And just put the name in, and I will be sending you those. I'll be delivering those to you. So that's for everybody that is part of your community. Absolutely. I want to do that for them. And of course, you're part of the community, so you'll be getting those also.
I'm coming right through. I believe I'm already following you on Instagram. So you all better hit that follow button, not because because Dr. Alman is vain and wants to have 1 billion followers, because it's content that you plugged in. But when you go in there, and we're going to put it in the description, but you must tell him you heard him on Mindset Mastery Moments, and you must have followed him before. That's a command from me. I'm the one who's saying
and that's how they get the 2 gifts, is because of you. That's how they get those. So they have to mention this. Right. And again, remember, go to Apple, or if you do Spotify, but give Dr. Alisa 5 stars, because you know how much value. Look at what we're doing. We're sharing things that I don't usually share. It's all come out because of your caring and your questions and our connection. So please do that. Do that as soon as you can. A 5-star rating. I already did it. I told you this at the beginning. I went to Apple and gave you this. After I'm watching all of your podcasts, I went to Apple and gave you that 5-star rating.
Yes, I appreciate that so much. And I believe when I was going through my emails, I got a notification that you actually commented.
Right.
You comment on the YouTube channel, and that and that for me is just so humbling to see. But you're doing the work that you teach us.
You are really contributing to the world to make it a better place. So commenting on YouTube, so I loved what I saw there. And I'm in the world because my mission is that mental health is a right. It's not a privilege. Everybody deserves mental health.
Yes.
So my mission is to make it available to everybody, everywhere.
Everybody, everywhere. I support that.
Right.
I'm not going to stop talking about you and spreading your work.
Right.
You got a crusader.
Likewise. Right.
Because I believe all the wonderful things that I get to do, at the core of it, I always talk about healing, connecting with your true values, core beliefs, reconnecting with your purpose, and living and creating a life of abundance. And I really believe in that sequence. Right. Even for MM360, our global movement, everyone knows that healing is one of our pillars and what are we talking about? This very subject.
Exactly.
Going back. And so I have done a lot of research. I've even gone through some different models, but nothing like what Dr. Alman has created. No, I'm not contesting or competing with anything that works for you. If something works for you, great.
Definitely.
But this and the simplicity of the drastic change, and this is only when I met him via his agent that reached out and said, you don't want to miss talking to him. And I'm like, I know of him. Mm-hmm. I know of him already. I knew of his work. Why wouldn't I get him on a podcast? How soon can we get him on the podcast? And I literally was like, could not wait. And I'm glad I didn't have to wait 6 months to get him on here because I was like, I need to have spots open so we can get Dr. Alman before they send the book. I'm like, where are we at? They're like, oh, we're in November. I'm like, I can't wait.
Right. Well, you know what's so funny about that too is when I saw your work and I heard about it and I started watching, I ran. I made it a high priority as soon as possible. And you were my number one podcast choice. And so here we are doing this. And to add one thing to the mission, the purpose, one of the things that I've learned, thanks to so many people, first things happen on the inside, then they happen on the outside. Yes. So do the inner work, do the inner healing. You'll start feeling better immediately. Yes. There's no delay. And there's no feeling worse before you feel better. That's a relief for a lot of people. And it's 100% true. It is. I mean, what a relief.
And let me just say to everyone, because I had the opportunity when I was in the early childhood arena to discover ACEs. I think it's probably about 10 years now. Mm-hmm. And when I discovered it, it was introduced to me. I think someone did a TED Talk. Right. And they mentioned your work, Dr. Alman.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is new. But when she talked about autoimmune diseases in this TED, she was so dynamic. She got millions and millions of views. I can't remember her name because that's my MO, right? I remember your name. Like when I saw, I was like, Dr. Alman? Are you kidding? Not the Dr. Alman. Anyway, she got me understanding because right before or right after I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. It was right before she did that, and I finally got the diagnosis. Now, I'd been struggling for years, but not understanding what.
Right.
And I have photos, and you would think people are saying for the last 3 or 4 years I've been aging backwards. Mm-hmm. But what you're seeing is a testament what Dr. Alman is talking about is that inner healing.
Exactly.
Brings you back to your original state. Because you're rewiring those neurons, those electrons, all of your cell from, as he said, it's like stem cells renewal. Right. It literally is. The skin, the way my skin looks, my body size, everything.
Yes.
It just changes.
It's amazing. Part of the ACE science that we discovered was that untreated ACEs can take 19 years off of your life.
Yes.
Treated ACEs can add 19 years to your life. Well, pick one, okay, right? Yeah, resolving. It's not just happier, healthier presence, being younger, just feeling so much better on a daily basis. It actually adds quality of life and longevity.
Yes.
Versus the opposite. And that's not necessary. It's not necessary. Yes.
Because I got diagnosed with the autoimmune disease, and my mindset was, how did I get here? Right. They were like, oh no, you probably were born with this. This goes untreated for years and it goes dormant and da da da. So they were telling me that I was born this way, but I didn't know it. And I'm like, nope.
Very good.
I was an athlete.
Very good.
I ran. I did shot put. I did javelin. I did discus. I did cricket.
Right. You knew.
I was in every sport. This just no.
Right.
Oh no, it could be dormant, and you probably had flare-ups, but didn't know. It just keeps getting louder, and I'm like, but it got louder after, after when I had certain traumatic things happen in my marriage. What I believed is the ACEs were triggered, obviously, because of the test. I got them off 7 out of 10, the original 10.
Right.
And I realized, it was just triggering it. And because I was sitting in that adult trauma, the ACEs and all of them, they were just making a whole cook up. Right. And now the dis-ease I always talk about on this podcast, in my mind, in my soul, in my being, became disease in my body.
Exactly.
And it manifested as high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol. And ultimately, all these symptoms, and they're giving me pills. I'm like, what's really going on? Sleep apnea. You got a whole machine. You're sleeping with a whole tube on you.
Well, that's the.
And then finally, you have an autoimmune disease, and it's pretty. You have Hashimoto's, and I'm like,
Yeah. Right. And of course, the comment is genetic. Well, it's not genetic. No. It's like in the weight loss program we did at Kaiser. People said, I'm overweight and obese because it's genetic. No, the only thing that's genetic.
My family's big bone.
Yeah, the only part genetics is where you carry it, your rear end and your stomach or your face. That's the only part that's genetic. Not the obesity. That's from your life experience. And to your point, though, 4 out of 5 visits to the medical doctor are stress related. Probably, we could say safely, unresolved ACEs. And people are going into the headaches, the stomach aches. They'll get the pills. They'll be told it's genetic. They'll be told, do this, do that, get the surgery, do all these things. And you can't surgically remove ACEs. No. And there is no prescription. There is no medication.
They will give you everything.
For removing emotional trauma and life experiences. No. We have to go to our inner doctor, find our own prescriptions, exactly what you've been doing.
Yes.
The podcast is part of your healing, part of your self-care, part of your sharing, that care with other people. Exactly.
I am literally telling you, you can go to every doctor. If you don't do this work on your mind, body, and soul, and I'm not talking about the gym, you can do that too, but you can do all the gym and you could start to get a physique. And how many people have you seen lose weight, transform their body, and then a year later? I'm talking, I did that.
Exactly.
But the more I healed, and I just give myself the time to go through the habit changing of weight loss, but it's more about the healing. I am able to sustain my body weight, my natural body weight at 123 pounds, and I'm standing 4'11". Yes, guys, I'm only 4'11". I know people are like, oh, you look so much taller than I am a short, petite little lady.
Right.
But imagine that this body used to hold 230 pounds.
Right, exactly.
Which is debilitating.
Exactly.
And a lot of people thought that was so natural for me. Nothing about it was. And I tried all these different diets. And I remember my ex-husband saying, if people only knew how disciplined you were about what you eat and what you put in your mouth, they would never look at you as a slacker when it comes to your weight. Mm-hmm. And the doctor said, you can do all you want, but with the autoimmune diseases you have, you're not going to lose weight. That's what they told me.
Mm-hmm. With the unresolved.
And guess what? They were right. And that's what took me down the road 10 years ago to say, if he's saying he can't help me, she's saying she can't help me, there's got to be a deeper issue behind the curtain.
Smart.
And that's where I got into the ACEs, and I realized unresolved trauma.
Right.
Because I was getting over things since childhood. My whole family just pushes things away.
Right.
Let's face it, sometimes survival is why we do that.
Right. Well,
what might work for a moment cannot sustain you for a lifetime. I promise you, it can't. So maybe you got to get up and go to work. You can't sit here and cry all day. I get it. But you got to set time in each day to heal those ACEs, or you're going to get ill and you're going to shut down.
Right. And it'll take a lot less time than you're spending now trying not to heal. You could actually spend what we've learned minutes a day healing and resolving and really get through it. Yeah, it'll take days, weeks, months, years, but those times, like you said, time's going by anyway. So if you don't heal, nothing's going to be different in days, weeks, months, years. If you are doing the healing, things will be progressively different every day, every week, every month, every year to get to where you are now as a result of doing the inner healing, doing the inner work.
Yes.
Yes.
And that makes me think, Dr. Alman, of something I always say: you can't mindset your way past what your nervous system hasn't made peace with.
Right.
So while I believe in changing your mindset, disrupting limiting beliefs, yes, but you can't think your way past what your nervous system hasn't made peace with. And so your going to the movies technique has really impacted thousands.
Yes. Yes.
Can you walk us through how that works in that under 5 minutes that you talked about?
Yes, I'd be happy to. So one of the discoveries, the epiphanies I had helping people and learning from people is that we all have what I call a movie of our lives, like up on the big screen. There I am at 5, there I am at 10, there I am in school, there I am not studying, there I am with my first boyfriend, there I am, so you can see the movie of your life, and we all have a movie. Maybe some people think of it as a play, but there's a story.
Yeah.
What I learned was that a lot of people, back to the meditation, mindfulness, psychology, all the different techniques, they want to step back and sort of watch their movie and just get some third person, get some distance from it, what I call the 15th row perspective. And the reason I call it the 15th row perspective is because I learned from critics of Broadway plays and critics of movies, they always sit in the 15th row because they want to see the response of the audience in the first 14 rows, and they want to see what's happening in the movie or on the play, see who's laughing, see who's not, see if people are interested, see if they're on their phones. So the 15th row is the observer, it's the critic, it's the perfectionist. It focuses on what's wrong with you, what's wrong with me, what's wrong with the movie. Everybody has a 15th row perspective of their movie, and most people live in the 15th row.
Yes.
Or they live in their movie, and you can always tell people live in the movie. They have what I call an I problem. They always say I this, I that, I this, I that. So people who are stuck in their own movie, they all have I problems. Which is a lot of us. Okay.
Yeah.
Or they're in the 15th row. Oh, you know what you should do? I call it the should row. This is where the should head sit. The should head sit. You should, I should, what's the matter with me?
What people should be doing.
Right. And most people bounce back and forth between their movie and the 15th row. So again, the epiphany I had was, well, if I can get myself back to that last row perspective, the very back row where my back is against the wall, I'm seeing the last row of the theater, the 15th row is still blabbing, still being critical, still judging, still overthinking, being a perfectionist, all that. The movie's still happening. This is my life.
Yeah.
When I'm in the last row, I can see the 15th row as being a total pain in the
Yeah.
In the last row, I can see the movie from a distance, but still engaged, but somewhat detached. So it's all us. We are the movie. We are the 15th row. And we want dominant to be last row and 15th row critic be non-dominant. In the movie, the feelings to be non-dominant. And most people have it the other way around, where the feelings in the movie are dominant, the 15th row critic's dominant, and that intuition, inner voice, last row is non-dominant. I say, don't change. Let's do a change of the guard. Let's just reorganize things.
Change of the guard.
And let's connect some techniques here where we get to express the movie, get to express the 15th row because it has a lifetime membership. Nobody gets rid of it. Lobotomies, drugs, drinking, food. Nobody gets rid of it.
Right.
It can be helpful. It can help you be on time. It can help you stop at stop signs. It can be useful. So, okay, it can be useful. And it has some good ideas sometimes too, because being critical can be useful, of course. But that last row, that peaceful, calm, intuitive, gentle, loving, that's the sweet spot in life. That's the creative. So I encourage people to not try to change or fix or solve or get rid of. Just take those two. Yeah, let's go to the last row becoming more dominant because that's your power, that's your calm power, that's your intuition, that's your spirituality, that's God's row, that's the love row, that's all the best of the best. But the 15th row is not going anywhere. Don't worry. You're going to hear it yakking.
It's not going to be yapping. It's there.
You're gonna do it wrong. What if you don't? What are you gonna do? What if you don't do anything? Okay, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Thank you, 15th row. Very helpful.
Yes. And thank you for the observation.
Yeah, very helpful.
But I got this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I'll include you. Don't worry. I'm not trying to get rid of you. Yeah. I'll let you drive. I'll let you drive the car so you make sure we don't get in any accidents or anything. Good job, 15th row.
That's it. They're the driver. They get to go pump gas and stuff.
Exactly. You're not getting fired. We're going to give you other jobs. You're not going to be running my life
anymore. Send them to the DMV to renew a driver's license.
Good job, right.
Oh my goodness. I love it. And so when you lay it out like that, we can see it. It was like, oh, I've been running on the 15th row.
Yeah.
And I lived in the 15th row.
Right.
And I remember when something would happen, it's like, oh God, why is so happy to me?
Right.
It just seems like I'm just so unlucky. Everybody always leaves. Why does everybody always leave? Why don't people care? Why don't they take advantage?
Right.
Listen, guys, I'm not making fun of this. This is reality.
No, it's true though.
I'm literally telling you this is how I was.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, I used to go in the mirror and cry back then. And I'm like, you literally. And so I remember calling myself, I'm like, okay, are you done? Because I guess the back row, right?
Yeah.
Up against the wall. It's like, are you done?
Right.
You look pretty pathetic.
Right.
But you know you still got to go to work, so you can stay up and do this for...
Right.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
You can play this song and dance, and then you'll be tired all morning.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my back row was still. I think it wasn't all the way to the back row. It was like second to last.
Right.
You know?
Right.
The second to last row was right between.
Yeah, well, that's progress, though. That's good. That goes to show it's natural.
Finally, we made it to the back row. I'm like,
right.
I'm thinking about my journey as you described it. It's like, God, I really like it here.
Right.
And like you said, I love the changing of the guards.
Right.
Because I always talk about 15-year-old, 13-year-old Lisa, that she did not really allow herself to rebel and be chatbox, but she did in her head.
Mm-hmm.
And because she doesn't have parents over her and a watchful eye of a community that expects her to be respectful and kind, she's the one that's be like, no. Just tell them no. Yell at them. Cuss them out.
Right.
That's the problem. She's like, you should have cussed out that one girl in school and that lady at the church that tried to yell at you and you were only trying to help. And she's reminding me of all the times I should have cussed someone out and I didn't. And now that I'm in my 30s, cussing is exactly what I need to do. Tell everybody like it is.
Exactly. I will express myself. I will let go. And I'll do it in my walking. When I talk to myself, I'll do it in my workouts. I'll do it in my journal. I'll get it out because I can't walk around around letting my 15th row yell at everybody all day, because that's a full-time job. There's so many people that are so difficult. Your 15th row will as job security for sure.
Exactly. Someone said to me, I'm not going to tiptoe around you. I tiptoe around everybody. I'm not going to tiptoe around you. Hell, if I told people, I said, no, you don't. And you shouldn't. You need to say exactly how you feel. Well, if I say how I feel, I'm going to hurt everybody. I'm like, well, you have to ask yourself why there's a part of you that just wants to yell at everybody.
Right. Exactly.
And I said that, and I pulled back because I realized I don't want to get into all that
those
but I
are
want
unfinished.
them to hear themselves.
Yeah, those are part of your ACE healing and your ACE resolving.
Yes.
The 15th row, this is like the miracle of miracles, ends up becoming a much more relaxed and helpful part of you when it finds out you're not trying to suicide it, kill it, assassinate it, because it's so scared of being gotten rid of that it's fighting for survival all the time. So as you develop all of your inner resources, it does feel like, okay, well, I guess I do have job security. I guess I can stay around. I guess I can't be in charge of certain things. I've got new roles. Oh, this is really kind of fun. And the 15th row is not very trusting, so it doesn't really trust the last row. But the last row knows that. It's okay. I understand. You don't have to trust me. I understand you. I care about you. I'm going to support you. And you end up with a real beautiful, holistic, whole person, wholehearted life.
Harmony. Yes. I stop, right. The minute you stop judging your 15th row, as you call it.
Right.
I'm going to be saying it.
Oh, I know.
I can see myself go, 15th row stuff. I'm out.
Right. But notice when you're out, how many 15th row people there are. Oh my goodness gracious, I know where that. Why is that person road raging, beeping at me all the time? Okay, 15th row. Okay. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you went like, I remember someone pulling. He felt like I cut him off, and he pulled in front of me, and he was going, and then we got at the light. He went over to the right, and then he'd wind his window down and stick his finger out, and I did this to his. I'm like, oh man, are you having a rough day? You poor thing. And he was like,
yeah, no one's ever done that to me before. Yeah. I'll be quiet now. Yeah, you. And
then I was like, listen, honey, it's 6:30 in the morning. And you're already having a rough day. I am so sorry if I did something. Because we were stuck at the light. He's out here.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I was like, let me tell you something. You go ahead and have a better day. Here's another one. And you know what?
Right.
His aces were triggered for whatever reason. It probably had nothing to do with me.
No, I'm sure it didn't.
Just made it worse. He probably, maybe his girlfriend dumped him the night before. Yeah. But his little boy was seen in that moment.
Beautiful.
And I'm glad I had something to do with that. Yeah. I still think he thinks I'm crazy, but I also saw that he felt something.
Yeah, I'm sure. Right.
That is so disarming. That whole movie theater is so disarming.
Beautiful. The reason most couples and marriages and relationships struggle is because the person's feelings, their movie issues, their what I call committee members in their movie are fighting with the other person's committee members. My fear is fighting with your fear. My anger is fighting with your anger. It never goes in. Or, kind of worse, my 15th row fighting with your 15th row. What's the matter with you? I know what's the matter with you. I can help fix you. Well, you know what's the matter with you? I can fix you. I know that. So 15th row to 15th row goes nowhere. Anger to anger in the movie goes nowhere. The only thing that really works, they have to do their ACE healing and do their 15th row and their movie healing individually, not together, so that they can actually do the growing and healing last row to last row, heart to heart, spirit to spirit, soul to soul. Yes. That's when the magic happens. That's when the healing happens. That's the only thing I will ever do with couples and families. I get them to do individual things on their own. Yeah. When they want to come together, it has to be heart to heart, soul to soul, because that's all it works. Otherwise, you sure that I told you, and how many times, and what's wrong with you? Well, what's wrong with you. And how many hours, days, weeks, months, years can that go on?
Right.
Right.
And so when they talk about someone in romantic relationships, that's good for your nervous system. Yeah. Are they advising us to pair ourselves with partners who have already been in the practice of being in the last row and both in the last row?
And so healed and resolved their movie and their 15th row issues. I mean, those are clearly the best relationships to be in. Those are the best.
And so when someone's in the 15th row, mostly.
Yeah, right. It's tough.
But sometimes hang out in the last row, but someone really spends most of their time in the last row. Is that relationship salvageable, or is that
could be, because everything's contagious. So 15th row, negative, critical, judgmental is contagious. You're around somebody negative, you're going to find yourself feeling negative.
You're going to end up in your
last row is also contagious, fortunately. So you're around someone last row, you might be more supportive, encouraging, loving, caring, and all of that, hopefully. But that can take a while, and not everybody wants to wait decades for that to happen, because you don't really know. But the best relationships, even friendships, last row. Family members, but most relationships, I'm going to say more than 90%, are, she's stuck in her emotions and her feelings. He's stuck in his 15th row. He's stuck in his emotions and his childhood unresolved. So a lot of times it's one or the other. And people don't match up well. Well, I'm going to be the one that tells you what you should do all the time. I'm going to be the one that feels and is upset and more honest and more vulnerable. Well, those two have a long journey together that's not necessarily a love story, right? You don't want to know about their intimacy. You don't even want to hear the story. There's not much happening there that's good.
All they're doing is triggering each other's faces every day of their lives.
Is fighting with each other an aphrodisiac? I don't think so. I
don't know why people think it is. And I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I'm going to go ahead and give information. Dr. Alman's going to respond to it. I don't believe in makeup sex, guys. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I think you're so triggered, and all you're doing is reinforcing the trauma.
You are. And you're on repeat. You're going to have to do it again and again. And you're
going back for the high.
There's no real connection. When you're with a person intimately, you're giving life to the relationship. That's what you're doing. But if the relationship is like dying and struggling and hurting, you're not going to really be successful giving life to the relationship. And that's the beauty of relationships, including beyond just intimacy, just friendships and family, community. You want to give life to your relationships.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Alman, so we're out here, a lot of us high achievers, building businesses, managing teams, raising families, and hemorrhaging emotionally also. You offer a 3-step solution, practical, not fluffy. Can you share those steps for someone that's ready to begin? Give us a little intro. Because I know you have it in a gift for us.
Yes, it's definitely in the gifts. It's in the Less Stress Now gift. It's all in there, and it's deep inner wise healing. It's also in the hour strategy that I'm going to be gifting people that, mention you and get me on Instagram. So everybody's going to get that. Yes. What I would say though, just simply what we did with the movie experience, not to complicate it, but what's going on in the movie, our emotions, what I call our committee of feelings, that's our conscious mind. That's our body, our relationships, our emotions. Our 15th row judge, critic, negative, perfectionist, always looking at what's wrong. That's our subconscious mind.
Yeah.
And when we do get to our inner wisdom, our last row, now we're getting to our unconscious, our in the moment, in the present, our inner wisdom. So the real 3-step experience is learning how to be flexible and know where you are, and always 100% of the time finish in the last row. And number 3, in that inner wisdom. Don't finish your day, your night before you go to bed in the 15th row. What's wrong with my life? What's wrong with me? No. Don't finish your night before you go to bed. Oh, I feel so much. I'm so afraid. I'm so stressed about tomorrow. get that expressed, learn how to let go with the techniques they're going to learn.
Yes.
And always, before you go to bed at night, because how you sleep will be impacted by how you go to bed, your dreams will be impacted. Everybody wakes up in the morning thinking and feeling exactly what they fell asleep with, thinking and feeling. So the last thing you thought and felt before you went to bed is always the first thing you think and feel when you wake up.
Yes.
You want that to be peaceful, more reassuring, more supportive for your sleep, for your wakefulness. And that's a glimpse. A lot of times all you need is a glimpse of the 1, 2, 3 approach.
I agree. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. We have done. You're blowing it wide open and we hear you loud and clear.
Thank you.
Healing doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be honest.
Right.
It's one of the things that you say. Let's do flip the script. We're winding down for this, I think, 2-part episode. So this is where we asked Dr. Brian, can you take us back to a moment when you in your own life had to disrupt the pattern, shift your mindset, and rewrite your story? What did that look like for you, and what was the outcome?
Definitely. So as you shared, going through a divorce, which I did, and I thought you got married, love could conquer all, you'd be married forever, and all of that. And then when I realized there was no way, I was with somebody that it was never going to work for some of the reasons we've talked about, unsolved aces, not wanting to do the work, just wanting to not talk about difficult things, stuck in the movie, stuck in the 15th row. So out of respect and out of understanding, I really had to go deep and sort of let go of my dream of how my life was going to go. And that's what I did. And it worked out much better, but it was a tough, as everybody knows, that's a tough transition that time. Very difficult. You've got to go deep. And really, truthfully, on a daily basis, I practice what I preach. I do this inner work every single day, whether I'm going through an adult trauma or I'm still resolving something from the past, or things are really helpful and really healthy, or I'm helping other people. I practice what I preach every day. And it's so important to integrate our new learning into our everyday life.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. So, Dr. Alman, what is success for you? How do you define it?
Developing my inner potentials, giving back to the world, contributing to the world to make it a better place. Those 2 things are highlights for me. Those are the 2 big ones. Yeah, that's success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Oh, so many people need to hear that success isn't just a matrix, it's mental freedom as well.
Right.
Dr. Alman, we are at Mindset Bites to Go, where we give you the microphone and the camera all by yourself to talk to our listeners and viewers. If it was one last thing you had to say to the world, what would you say to us? And
I would say,
I'm going to step away and here you go.
Okay. The biggest mistake people make is they underestimate themselves. So never underestimate the peaceful power that you have in your mind, the most powerful pharmacy in the world, right between your ears, that you have in your heart, your emotional well-being. Never underestimate the power of your love. I mean, love is the most powerful healing force in the world. And certainly never underestimate your spirituality, your love, your connection to life, your connection to people, your connection to whether you think of it as God or goddess or higher power or Mother Nature or all of those. So the biggest mistake people make is they underestimate themselves. And the answers, the solutions, in addition to connecting with me, which I'm going to give you as a gift because of this experience, when you need a helping hand, look at the end of your wrist.
Wow. So powerful, so powerful, so powerful, Dr. Alman. Oh my goodness. Dr. Alman, we obviously are going to have all the wonderful things that you've offered with the instructions to go once they listen in the description. But tell us, what is your favorite way for us to connect with you?
Well, I love all the social media where I post every day. I put new videos up every day. I love sharing. That's really important to me. So people can't connect with me at Instagram. That would be super. I'll always write back. You'll get the free gifts. But I love to connect and stay connected. We follow people up for years and decades. So it's not just to learn, get these gifts, and see you later, bye. We want to stay connected. We want to hear what's helping. We want to hear what was useful. We want to hear if you had any difficulties, how you could help us do a better job and maybe help us help others. But we certainly want you to share and pass this along to everybody you care about, because we need each other.
Yes. We need each other. Absolutely. And we're so glad that here at Mindset Mastery Moments, Dr. Alman, we have got you. And so thank you so much for all your insightful wisdom. It is only the beginning. I know there's so much more that you all can learn and grow from with Dr. Alman's work and everything that he's doing. You can also go to truesage.com. That's TRUSAGE. There's also an app, right, Dr. Alman, that you can download from the store. But if you go, the instructions of the day is to go find Dr. Alman. If you forget where to go, we'll have his Instagram in the link. Go follow him and send him a message that says, I heard you on Mindset Mastery Moments, and I would love to download your free gifts. And don't forget to say thanks. When you get the gifts and you experience the transformation, I want you to write to him and his team about it. Leave a comment under wherever you were listening or watching this episode about how transformational his work has been, and we'll make sure he gets it there too. But most importantly, your best thanks is to spread the word and let others in your tribe and community know about the transformation work that Dr. Alman is doing. And no, he did not tell me to say this. He had no clue.
No.
Sitting here on this couch, my proverbial couch, because I can't wait to fly him out. You know that I believe in his work. I've never brought anyone in this podcast and say anything about them that I don't believe to be true for myself. So here's the thing. I'm going to go make sure I message him and get my downloads. And I will be checking into our communities across the globe to see where you guys are doing and what you're doing and what we're experiencing about it. Maybe create a frenzy and convince Dr. Alman to spend some time with us at MM360. Dr. Alman, just again, thank you so much.
I love being with you. I can't wait to meet the people in your community. Thank you so much for being so open-minded, open-hearted, phenomenal connection, and keep up the great work. And I'm sure we will see each other again.
We absolutely will. It's just the beginning. And to you disruptors, I hope that you just did not listen to this episode. I hope you felt it, because what Dr. Alman has reminded us today is that unprocessed doesn't mean forgotten. Success without healing is still suffering. A real power starts at the root. So whether you are leading others, building something big, or just trying to keep your head above water, I want you to know that you deserve peace. You deserve freedom. You deserve to feel whole again. I'm saying again because you are perfect, whole, and complete, but you're just not connecting to your wholeness. And it's not as far away as it feels. Thank you again to our brilliant guest, Dr. Alman, and to you, our global community of mindset disruptors. Let's keep reminding, think, speak, do, become, and then above all else, do the work and create your abundant life. I'm Dr. Alisa with my co-host guest today, Dr. Brian Alman. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.